Have you ever heard the saying, move it or lose it? It's a common piece of advice for seniors, encouraging them to stay active to maintain their health. But what if I told you that walking too much after 70 might not always be a good thing? What if, instead of keeping you strong, excessive walking could actually speed up the aging process? Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on important health insights like this one. Your support helps us bring you the best information to keep you healthy and strong. Now, let's get into it. The surprising link between walking and aging. Meet Robert. He's 72 years old, retired, and in great health, or at least he thought he was. Every morning, he woke up at 5:30 a.m., laced up his sneakers, and walked 5 miles before breakfast. He believed that the more he walked, the healthier he'd be. After all, isn't walking the key to longevity? At first, everything seemed fine. He felt energized, his weight stayed in check, and his doctor always praised his commitment to exercise. But then, something changed. Robert started feeling unusually tired during the day. His knees ached more than they used to. His feet were sore even after resting. And one day, after finishing his usual walk, he felt dizzy and had to sit down for nearly half an hour before regaining his strength. What was happening? It turns out that while walking is essential for health, too much of it, especially as we age, can push the body beyond its limits. And when that happens, the body starts to break down instead of getting stronger. The science behind overdoing it. Walking is a weight-bearing exercise, which means it puts stress on the bones, joints, and muscles. When done in moderation, this stress helps maintain bone density, keep the heart strong, and support brain health. But after 70, the body's ability to recover from stress isn't what it used to be. A joint wear and tear, cartilage, which cushions the joints, naturally wears down with age. Too much walking can accelerate this process, leading to arthritis and chronic pain. A muscle breakdown. Unlike in your younger years, your muscles take longer to repair after exercise. Excessive walking without enough recovery can lead to muscle fatigue and even loss of muscle mass. Heart strain. While cardiovascular exercise is crucial, prolonged walking can overwork the heart, especially for those with existing heart conditions. Studies have shown that excessive endurance exercise in older adults may lead to heart rhythm problems. The key takeaway? Movement is vital, but too much of it without proper rest can backfire. Finding the right balance. So, what should Robert have done differently? And what can you do to make sure your walking routine supports your health rather than harms it? 1. Listen to your body. If you feel unusually tired after walking or experience joint pain, it's a sign that you might need to reduce your mileage or take more rest days. 2. Switch up your routine. Instead of only walking, mix in other forms of exercise like stretching, resistance training, or water aerobics, which are gentler on the joints. 3. Prioritize recovery. At 70+, recovery is just as important as exercise. Ensure you're getting enough sleep, eating nutrient-rich foods, and allowing your muscles time to heal. 4. Quality over quantity. Aim for shorter, high-quality walks rather than exhausting long-distance ones. A brisk 30-minute walk is often better than pushing yourself to walk for hours. Robert eventually adjusted his routine. He cut his walks down to 3 miles, added in strength training twice a week, and focused more on stretching. The result? His knee pain improved, his energy levels came back, and he no longer felt drained after exercising. If you're over 70 and walking a lot, take a moment to assess how your body is feeling. Are you feeling stronger, or are you noticing more pain and fatigue? The answer could be the key to maintaining, not losing, your vitality. Robert wasn't the only one experiencing unexpected fatigue from walking too much. Across the country, seniors who were once active and independent started noticing something strange. Their bodies weren't recovering as well as they used to. Take Susan, for example. At 74, she prided herself on staying active. She had always believed that movement was medicine, so she pushed herself to walk 5 miles daily, even when she felt tired. But over time, she noticed something unsettling. Her legs felt weak, her balance wasn't as steady, and she started experiencing sharp pains in her lower back. At first, she ignored it, thinking it was just part of aging. But then, one morning, after completing her usual route, she tripped on an uneven sidewalk. She fell hard, fracturing her hip. For the first time in her life, walking, a simple activity she once took for granted, had become dangerous. The risk of overuse injuries in seniors. Walking is often recommended for seniors because it's low impact, accessible, and good for heart health. But what happens when you walk too much without proper recovery? 1. Increased risk of falls. Studies show that excessive walking without strength training can actually weaken stabilizing muscles, making falls more likely. 2. Chronic joint pain. Walking puts repeated pressure on the knees, hips, and lower back. Without adequate rest, cartilage wears down faster, leading to arthritis and long-term pain. 3. Overuse injuries. Conditions like plantar fasciitis, heel pain, and shin splints can develop when the feet and legs don't get enough time to recover. 4. Fatigue and muscle loss. Too much walking without proper nutrition and rest can actually contribute to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Susan didn't realize that by constantly pushing herself to walk longer distances, she was actually wearing her body down instead of strengthening it. And unfortunately, her fractured hip meant months of limited mobility. Ironically, the very thing she had been trying to avoid. The right way to walk for longevity. Does this mean you should stop walking altogether? Absolutely not. But you do need to walk smarter, not harder. Here's how to make sure your walking routine helps you, not harms you. Limit your distance. The ideal amount of walking for seniors varies, but most experts recommend aiming for 30 to 45 minutes a day, rather than pushing for long distances. And incorporate rest days. Just like younger athletes take rest days to allow their muscles to recover, seniors need the same. Taking a day off in between long walks can prevent overuse injuries. Strengthen your core and legs. Stronger leg muscles and a stable core reduce the risk of falls. Simple exercises like squats, leg lifts, and balance training can make a huge difference. Use the right shoes. Worn out or unsupportive shoes increase the risk of joint pain and falls. Choose walking shoes with good arch support and cushioning. Vary your routine. Instead of only walking, mix in other forms of exercise like swimming, Tai Chi, or yoga to give your joints a break while still staying active. Susan's story has a happy ending. After months of physical therapy, she learned to balance her walking routine with strength training and proper recovery. Today, she still enjoys her daily walks, but now she listens to her body, takes rest days when needed, and focuses on quality rather than quantity. So ask yourself, are you walking the right way for your body, or are you pushing yourself too hard without realizing it? The answer might just change the way you approach exercise in your 70s and beyond. For years, doctors and fitness experts have praised walking as one of the best forms of exercise for seniors. And it's true, regular movement keeps the heart strong, muscles engaged, and joints flexible. But what happens when you push past your body's natural limits? At first, you may not notice anything. Maybe you feel a little more tired than usual, but you chalk it up to aging. Then, small aches and pains start creeping in. Your feet hurt when you wake up. Your knees feel stiff when you get up from a chair. And suddenly, what was once a beneficial habit begins to take a toll on your body. The hidden effects of overwalking on aging. Let's talk about Charles, a 76-year-old man who considered himself in great shape. He walked 5 miles every day without fail, convinced it was keeping him young. But as the months passed, something strange happened. He started looking and feeling older. His face appeared more drawn, his posture wasn't as upright, and his energy levels dropped significantly. At his next checkup, his doctor noticed something alarming. His body fat percentage had dropped too low. Walking too much without balancing it with strength training can lead to muscle loss instead of muscle maintenance. His cortisol levels were high. Excessive endurance exercise in older adults can increase stress hormones, which accelerate aging. His joints showed early signs of osteoarthritis. The repeated impact of walking long distances without enough rest had worn down his cartilage. This wasn't just about walking, it was about the science of aging and how the body changes after 70. Why walking too much can accelerate aging. 1. Muscle loss, sarcopenia. After 70, the body naturally loses muscle mass unless strength training is included. Walking is a great cardiovascular exercise, but it does little to preserve lean muscle, which is crucial for strength, balance, and metabolism. 2. Increased oxidative stress. While moderate exercise fights inflammation, overexercising can have the opposite effect. Long walks, especially in hot or cold weather, can produce oxidative stress, which damages cells and speeds up the aging process. 3. Weaken joints and cartilage. Walking is low impact, but repetitive strain without proper recovery can wear down the joints over time. This can lead to arthritis, pain, and reduced mobility. 4. Hormonal imbalance. High levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, can cause fatigue, wrinkles, and even memory problems. Overexertion without enough rest keeps cortisol levels elevated, which can make you feel and look older. The right way to walk for anti-aging benefits. So how do you keep the benefits of walking while avoiding the downsides? Walk smarter, not harder. Instead of pushing for long distances daily, focus on 30 to 45 minutes of brisk walking with a day off in between. Strength train twice a week. Add light weightlifting, resistance bands, or bodyweight exercises to keep muscles strong. Prioritize recovery. Sleep, hydration, and proper nutrition are key to letting your body heal after exercise. Stretch and improve balance. Flexibility and stability exercises, like yoga or Tai Chi, can prevent falls and injuries. Listen to your body. If you feel unusually tired, have joint pain, or experience muscle loss, adjust your routine instead of pushing through it. Charles took his doctor's advice and changed his exercise habits. Instead of walking 5 miles every day, he cut it down to 3 miles, started lifting light weights twice a week, and focused more on stretching. The result? He felt stronger, more energized, and even looked healthier after just a few months. So, if you're over 70 and walking a lot, take a moment to ask yourself, is my routine helping me stay young, or is it making me age faster? By now, we have covered the surprising risks of excessive walking after 70, from joint damage to accelerated aging. But let's be clear, walking is still one of the best exercises you can do. The key is balance. So, how do you create the perfect walking routine that keeps you strong, energized, and youthful without wearing your body down? Let's look at David and Richard, 2 men in their mid-70s who approached walking very differently. David walked strategically. He walked for 30 minutes a day, mixed in strength training, and stretched before and after his walks. Richard, on the other hand, walked excessively. He pushed himself for 2 hours daily, ignored signs of fatigue, and skipped recovery time. 1 year later, their health told 2 very different stories. David felt stronger than ever. His knees did not ache, his energy was stable, and his balance improved. Richard developed joint pain, muscle loss, and fatigue. His doctor advised him to cut back on walking and focus on restoring his body. This is proof that how you walk matters just as much as how much you walk. How to build the perfect walking routine after 70. The right duration and intensity. Ideal walking time is 30 to 45 minutes per day, 4 to 5 times a week. Walking too much can lead to overuse injuries like knee pain and muscle fatigue. Shorter, consistent walks improve heart health without wearing down your joints. Intensity matters too. A good pace is one where you can talk but not sing. This keeps your heart rate in the ideal zone for cardiovascular benefits. If you feel out of breath or dizzy, slow down. Strength training, the secret to staying strong. Walking alone is not enough to prevent muscle loss. Adding resistance training helps maintain leg strength, which prevents falls, core stability, which improves balance, bone density, which reduces fracture risk. Simple strength exercises to add twice a week. Bodyweight squats strengthens legs for easier walking. Calf raises protects ankles and improves balance. Seated knee extension supports knee joints. Resistance band pulls improves posture and grip strength. Recovery, the overlooked key to longevity. As you age, recovery is just as important as exercise. Without it, your body does not heal properly. Essential recovery habits. Rest days. Take at least 2 days off per week to let joints recover. Hydration. Drink enough water to prevent dehydration and cramps. Stretching. Gentle stretches before and after walking reduce stiffness. Sleep, at least 7 hours per night, helps muscles rebuild. Pay attention to warning signs. Walking should make you feel better, not worse. If you notice any of these red flags, it is time to adjust your routine. Excessive fatigue. Walking too much can drain your energy instead of boosting it. Knee, hip, or foot pain could be a sign of overuse or improper footwear. Dizziness or shortness of breath indicates you may be overexerting yourself. If you experience any of these symptoms, take a break, reduce your intensity, or consult a doctor. The best walking routine for longevity. Here is an example of a balanced weekly walking plan. Monday, 30-minute brisk walk and 10 minutes of leg strength exercises. Tuesday, rest or light stretching. Wednesday, 30-minute walk and balance exercises, heel-to-toe walk. Thursday, strength training, body weight squats, calf raises, resistance bands. Friday, 45-minute nature walk at a moderate pace. Saturday, rest or a light walk. Sunday, 30-minute leisurely walk and gentle yoga or stretching. This routine keeps you active, strong, and injury-free without overloading your body. Final thoughts. Walking the right way for a long, healthy life. Walking is not the enemy, but walking too much, too hard, or without balance can speed up aging instead of slowing it down. The key is moderation, variety, and recovery. 30 to 45 minutes of walking per day is the sweet spot for longevity. Strength training and balance exercises keep you independent. Listening to your body prevents injury and fatigue. So, are you walking for health, or are you unknowingly walking yourself into exhaustion? Let us know in the comments. How long do you walk each day? Have you noticed any aches or fatigue? And do not forget to like and subscribe for more science-backed health tips.